BRP Artemio Ricarte, hull number PS-37, is one of the Philippine Navy's Jacinto-class patrol vessels, and although she has been in service for several decades, she still represents a vital piece of the country's maritime defense and patrol capability. What makes this ship interesting is not just her technical specifications, but the story of how she was built, how she came to the Philippines, and how she has been adapted and upgraded to remain useful in an era when naval warfare and maritime security are changing faster than ever. For anyone curious about naval vessels, she is a great example of how an older design can continue to prove its worth with the right upgrades and the right missions. The origins of Artemio Ricarte trace back to the early 1980s. She was originally built in the United Kingdom as part of the Peacock-class corvettes for the Royal Navy. These ships were designed for service in Hong Kong waters, where the seas could be choppy and unpredictable, but the missions were often coastal patrols rather than large naval engagements. When Britain withdrew from Hong Kong, several of these vessels were transferred to the Philippines in 1997. They were renamed and reclassified as the Jacinto-class, in honor of Filipino heroes, and Artemio Ricarte took her place as PS-37. This backstory explains why she is smaller and lighter than many modern corvettes, but also why she was built with an emphasis on stability, endurance, and versatility rather than heavy firepower. In terms of size, the ship measures around 62.6 meters in length, with a beam of about 10 meters and a draft of 2.7 meters. At full load, she displaces roughly 700 to 760 tons. These numbers may sound small compared to massive destroyers or frigates, but this compact size is intentional. It allows her to patrol closer to shore, maneuver in shallow waters, and access areas where larger ships cannot safely go. For a country like the Philippines, with thousands of islands and an enormous exclusive economic zone to monitor, these traits are extremely valuable. Propulsion is provided by two Ape Crossley SEMT Peelstick 18PA 6V280 diesel engines, driving two shafts with a combined output of about 14,000 horsepower. There is also a clever feature in the form of a drop-down loiter engine, essentially a smaller and more economical propulsion system that can be deployed when the ship is in patrol mode and doesn't need high speed. This allows the vessel to save fuel while maintaining station or slowly moving through an area of interest. Her top speed reaches around 25 knots, with bursts above that under the right conditions. At cruising speeds, she has a range of about 2,500 nautical miles, giving her the ability to remain at sea for extended operations without the need for frequent refueling. This combination of speed, economy, and range is exactly what a patrol vessel needs. The armament suite reflects her role. The main gun is an Oto Melara 76mm compact dual-purpose gun mounted at the bow. This weapon is highly versatile, capable of engaging surface threats such as small ships, providing limited anti-aircraft fire, and even supporting land operations with naval gunfire. It is remotely controlled from the ship's Combat Information Center, which improves crew safety. Supporting this main gun is a 25mm Bushmaster cannon mounted on an MSI Defense Seahawk DS-25 remote weapons station, giving the ship an additional layer of medium-caliber firepower. On the sides and stern, she carries two 20mm cannons and several 12.7mm heavy machine guns, which are essential for close-range defense and deterrence against fast attack craft, pirates, or other asymmetric threats. While she does not carry anti-ship missiles or large torpedo systems, the combination of her weapons is well matched to the missions she is designed for. One of the most significant improvements over the years has been in sensors and fire control. The ship has received upgrades under the Jacinto-class patrol vessel upgrade program. These included the installation of the Rodimek 1500 series electro-optical tracking system, which provides modern targeting capability for her guns, especially the 76mm. She also uses modern surface search and navigation radars, such as the Sperry Marine Bridge Master E and Kelvin Hughes systems. These allow her to track vessels at long ranges, maintain situational awareness, and safely navigate crowded or hazardous waters. This package of sensors may not rival the advanced phased array radars of modern destroyers, but for patrol, interdiction, and sovereignty missions, they are more than adequate. Living conditions and design details also matter, especially for ships expected to stay at sea for days or weeks at a time. Artemio Ricarte was originally designed for Royal Navy standards, which means she already had fairly good crew accommodations. Once transferred to the Philippines, further modifications were made to suit tropical climates, including improved air conditioning. She also received structural enhancements like deeper bilge keels to improve stability in rougher seas. These changes made her more comfortable and practical for long patrols in Philippine waters. The ship also carries rigid-hulled inflatable boats, which can be launched for boarding operations, search and rescue, or law enforcement missions. When looking at performance in real terms, Artemio Ricarte is best described as a versatile workhorse. She is not a ship built to go toe-to-toe with large frigates or destroyers in high-intensity conflict. Instead, she is optimized for the kinds of missions the Philippine Navy conducts most often: maritime law enforcement, anti-smuggling, anti-piracy, territorial patrol, and disaster response. In these roles, speed and endurance are more important than missiles, and a reliable main gun paired with good sensors is enough to deter or deal with most threats. Her loiter engine and long range make her economical to operate, and her relatively small size makes her agile in the shallow waters of the archipelago. The unique selling point of this ship is her ability to stay relevant through modernization. Many vessels of her age would have been retired, but instead she has been upgraded with better fire control, navigation, and communication systems. These upgrades extend her life and make her more compatible with modern naval operations, including joint exercises with allied navies. For the Philippines, this is a strategic advantage, allowing the fleet to maintain more patrol coverage without the cost of buying entirely new ships for every role. Of course, there are trade-offs. She lacks heavy anti-ship missiles, so her offensive capability against larger warships is limited. Her speed, while adequate, is not extraordinary compared to some modern fast attack craft. Being an older vessel, maintenance and spare parts can be challenging, and her relatively small size means she cannot carry large helicopters or a wide range of additional systems. But the point is not to compete with destroyers or frigates. Instead, her purpose is to fill the wide gap of routine patrols, training, and presence missions, freeing up larger ships for more specialized tasks. In practice, Artemio Ricarte has seen service across a wide range of missions. She has been deployed for sovereignty patrols in contested areas, participated in multinational exercises, and provided disaster relief and humanitarian assistance when the Philippines faced typhoons and emergencies. She is a platform that can be adapted to the day's needs, one day escorting a convoy, the next day intercepting suspicious vessels, and later supporting search and rescue operations. This flexibility is one of her strongest assets. For those less familiar with naval jargon, think of her as the maritime equivalent of a reliable multi-purpose utility vehicle. She is not the flashiest or the most powerful, but she is dependable,